Good day, RGV. Today on Valley por Vida, we've got so much going on, okay? We're going to be bringing back professional actress Brenda Garza because she's working on even more film projects that we've got to have all the juicy details on. We'll also be introducing you to local musician Romualdo Rodriguez, and he's telling us all about what and who inspired him in his musical journey, plus an all-new trivia time question. Today focused on one of the hip-hop and rap artists who just recently performed at the Big Game halftime show. Who, you may ask? Well, stay tuned. There's a lot going on, and we're going to break it all down for you. Valley por Vida starts right now. Hey there, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm your host, Danielle Banda, and I am beyond pumped about today's show because we've got our good friend Brenda Patricia Garza of South Texas International Film Festival with us now. Now, this girl's been everywhere, let me tell you. She's been winning so many different awards, acting in so many commercials throughout the state of Texas, and representing the Valley in a positive way. She's making sure that all is prepped and ready to go when it comes to your entertainment also. At South Texas International Film Festival, and she's working on various projects. So we had to invite her to the studio today to catch up on all that we can expect. So, hey Brenda, how are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here once again. Thank you so much to the viewers and of course to you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, this is a can't miss opportunity. We have got to know what's going on with you. I know you're busy. Tell us.
Oh my goodness. So it has been a whirlwind since the year began because you obviously want to start it off on the right foot. And it all started with obviously Switch Up that was filming in Brownsville. I have a part in that one, so make sure you stay tuned to that one. After that, it was basically a name brand cosmetic commercial that, guys, I was so pumped up for. And then again, at an Amazon product commercial.
Wow.
And we also had the South Texas International Film Festival that just happened. And of course, now I'm here with you, and I couldn't be more happy with everything that's going on.
Oh my goodness. You guys, we checked in with her, to see what her New Year's was going to be like. And clearly she's been living up to it. You know what? And your projects have recently won some amazing awards. It's such an honor. So kind of break that down for us.
So the film that I just did was a documentary short film, and it was basically teaching about, well, not teaching, but letting people know about what is happening with the immigration. Now that is basically a political agenda. It's my directorial debut.
Wow.
And it ends up winning awards because it's very impactful. From the Impact Awards to the Doc Awards, it won, and I couldn't be more proud. This is actually based on my husband's story.
Wow.
Of him being as an ICE agent and dealing with the influx of people that were coming across the border. And it's just that, silver lining as in what actually goes through someone's mind. It's not just what's happening with immigration and the moms and kiddos coming through, but also how it affects the people that are there serving our country. And it's just a different take on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now she's behind the camera, she's in front of the camera, she's everywhere where the film scene is. Now, really, really quickly, can you just tell us about some of the commercials you've been working on and what's next?
So definitely, again, I have been working with an Amazon product called MitoQ. Just did another one. The name brand cosmetic that I just worked with was Mary Kay.
Wow.
Which is of course a global cosmetic company. Mm-hmm. And then Switch Up, which I just mentioned as well. And I have so many lined up already. I can't really say a lot because obviously you can't say it, even though I want to scream it and yell at the top of my lungs what I'm doing. But it's just seeing everything that I've worked on in the past months now being shown on television. Now it's being streamed. Now it's everything's coming to fruition, and Yeah, everything that I kind of get, I post on my social media. So if you guys want to check me out on that, please do so.
And on that note, I'm telling you, Brenda is always in the know on the latest taps in the Valley, and you can be too by following her on her social media pages online. Her Instagram, of course, is right there, and you can lend support for all she's doing because she's really empowering young actors and filmmakers everywhere, but especially here in the Valley. Another person who's from the Valley and really inspiring others to follow their dreams and passions is musician Romualdo Rodriguez, and we caught up with him for a glimpse into his world in today's music segment, The Spotlight.
Good morning, world. My name is Romualdo Rodriguez Jr., better known as WC, a Latin urban reggaeton international artist here from the Rio Grande Valley, reside in Monte Alto, Texas. I do reside here again in Monte Alto. I started music at a very young age. I was like 12 years old when I first wrote my first pair of lyrics, and as I was growing up, pretty much I wasn't a popular kid either, but I had this vision behind my head the whole time as far as doing music. So I also always thought about wanting to stand out, not being a regular person or a random person. I always wanted to. My thought was always to be somebody important out there. So growing up, I started DJing for the school. For my local school here, Monte Alto ISD, and that's when I was doing these hangout parties as well, and I met up with some friends that I did hear that they had a vision of being hip hop artists as well. So clicked with them, and we became what we call Texas Most Wanted. In 2000, early 2000s, we created the group of Texas Most Wanted, and my record label, of course, Tiny Town Records, which was inspired by, of course, the small town that we're from. And that was, I was going within the music. Of course, my dad invested as well in the DJ business, so I continued being a DJ until I didn't no longer want to do it. So I just stuck to the music as an artist, and our group grew as the years were going. We recruited more artists, and we were doing these big shows and concerts throughout all these years, opening up for huge artists like Frankie J, Jeremiah, Tyga, the list goes on. But as for me, I always wanted to approach Latin music, which my group was never in agreement with. So unfortunately, we separated, and that's when I took the chance to take the opportunity to break into the Latin market of music. If you're an upcoming artist, I do see a lot nowadays. Everything's based on it's digitally now. It's on social media. That's where it's at. You want to make sure you promote well. You want to be creative. You want to stay as a unique artist. Don't try to follow somebody else's style. Try to become yourself. Make a style. Be a trendsetter, and of course stay positive and avoid negativity. Move in silence and work hard. I mean, pretty much that's where the success is at, and that's the advice I'd give to any upcoming artist. And y'all can follow me on my Facebook, at Romualdo Rodriguez or WC956, and on Instagram at WC956, and pretty much all my social media. Just make sure that it'll be found under WC956. I mean, all digital platforms. I'm available on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, the list goes on. So y'all make sure y'all follow me. It's another but great Latin music. And of course, stay tuned for a lot of upcoming events and concerts coming up.
Romualdo is a great contemporary artist, and today's Trivia Time game is going to be focused on the greats that might have inspired him and you. Let's get started. All right, today's Trivia Time is dedicated to the recent Big Game halftime performer, or show performer rather, Eminem. Now, do you happen to know his real name? Is it A, Eminem Marshall Mayers II, Marshall Bruce Mathers III, that's option B. Is it C, Bruce Carruthers II, or is it D, Marty Berry Matt III? If you're not comfortable with any of those, option E is none of the above. Well, that's kind of a hard one, but if you're a true Eminem fan, then you'll definitely have the answer locked and loaded. And hopefully you do, because it's actually time to take a commercial break, and then we're going to look at your local weather updates. But be sure to stay tuned, because Valley Por Vida is going to be right back, and we're going to introduce you to a musician from Switzerland who's got a passion for the music like none other. We'll also talk about furnace safety for the last moments of this cold wintry season. Plus, we'll have your trivia time answer about Eminem's real name after the break.